Hello everyone, welcome to TS Boomi Tech channel. Myself Abhinandan, and here is my email address where you can reach me out for any training related inquiries. And on the right hand side, I have mentioned offerings of the channel. And before going to today's agenda, I would like to thank everyone who watched my day one video, and I got some comments as well in that video. Like few people also reached out me over my email address regarding some of the job inquiries and training related inquiries. I'm very thankful for that one, and also I am sincerely requesting you to, who are watching this video, where you can like this video and comment it, like whatever the Boomi content that you are looking for, so that I can put some more videos on the Boomi content. So today we are going to cover these topics, okay, where I'm covering different type of projects in Boomi, like whatever the projects that we do have whenever you got deployed into any of the Boomi project. So what are the different types of project that you are going to deploy it into, okay? And the next pointer and next topic that I am also covered efforts estimation for any of the development or change request. CR, in the sense it's a change request. So this will be very useful where you deployed into any other projects, and when you assign some work, either it is a development or change request. First of all, as a developer, what are the efforts that you need to provide from your end? So that will be covered in this topic. And the last topic, I'm also covering the A2A and B2B integration, like whatever the application to application and business to business integration that we do have, and what does it mean actually. So that will be covered in this topic. So let's move on to different types of projects in Boomi. Okay, yeah, so if you can see my screen, so we have 4 different type of projects. Okay, so the mainly I'm covering this topic because whenever you are deployed into any Boomi projects, you never know like which kind of project that you should be assigned to. So there are mainly 4 different type of projects we do have. That is, one is implementation project, and second one is a rollout project, and third one is a support project, and fourth one is a migration project. So let's go in detail with each and every project. So first of all, what is mean by implementation project? So in the implementation project, where you need to handle the project from the scratch, okay, where as a developer you are involved, and you may have the business analyst in between, okay, and the client is also involved, where you can communicate with your business analyst to gather the requirements, like where BA is communicating with the customer, okay, and few other projects they might not have the BA in between, where you will be communicating directly with client and you will be gathering the requirements. Okay, when I'm saying gathering the requirements, where you will be taking functional inputs from the business, and accordingly you will design your technical things. So whole and soul you are the developer, where you have to build the project from the scratch stage to deliverable phase. You are the only responsible person. Okay, you might have other developers also with you to help with the whole project. It is not like you only handling the whole project, right? So yeah, in the implementation project, developer is involved, business analyst will be involved. Business analyst is an optional thing, where she is in middle of like 2 persons, like developer and client, where if you have any difficulties communicating with the client and all, business analyst will take care. You need to clearly tell whatever the challenges that you have functionally, okay, where And also one more thing, business analyst won't help you with the technical things. As a technically you are the developer, where everything you need to look out on the technical side. So that is about the implementation project, where developer, business analyst, client, only these people were involved in the implementation project. Okay. And coming to a rollout project. So rollout project in the sense, like if the project is already built for the one country, where business decided to roll out this project to another countries. For suppose there is a project already built for the Netherlands, where they need to also have the same integration or same interface for a Belgium as well. So in that case, it's a copy, it's a mimic of the current Netherlands project, where you need to build for the Belgium, where it's a simple thing, like where you need to change the connections, like the Boomi connections, and if they have any country specific things, then you need to check out with the client. Okay, it is not like a very simple way, but it is kind of simple thing, because the interface already built, where you can go through it as a developer, and when you are going through it, you will need to know like what are the country specific things for Belgium that you need to implement it for. That is called rollout project. Rollout project in the sense, it is already built for one country, where business is expecting to roll out this to another country. Okay, that is kind of rollout project. And moving on to the support project. Support project in the sense, it is already developed by some other vendor, where that developer project will be hand over to your company. Okay, so it is not like a major developments involved in this support project, so where you need to support any technical things or anything related to data issues or anything, that you will be responsible for that. So it is not like you will be designing this project or building this project from the scratch. There are already existed integrations already developed, where you need to support it. Okay, in the support project you may have different responsibilities, like you need to monitor the interfaces, and you need to monitor the entire project, like whatever you do have the Boomi batch jobs, or if there are any errors in the batch jobs already scheduled one, you need to report to particular stakeholders. Okay, and if there are any enhancements or anything, they do have a ticketing tools, where customer will be entering an incident, okay, or any enhancement. It is just addition of piece of code in the current developed interfaces that you will be responsible for. So here developer will be involved and the client. Okay, so that is about support project. And moving on to the migration project. So migration project in the sense, in sentence also you could find the migration means it is just converting, right, migrating into another platform. So for suppose we do have other middlewares like the SAP PI or MuleSoft or any like Arc ESB. So there are other middlewares as well, but when a customer wants to remove the existing middleware and need to replace with the Boomi middleware, so that's where migration project comes in, where you will be decommissioning the existing middleware tool and you will be placing Boomi there. So in this project, same developer will be involved, and in between, if you have BA or if you have any like the technical lead, okay, where they need to get the requirements for this migration project. It is also like from the scratch you need to build, because it is built by another's middleware, right? So in this case, whatever the additional features they want, or whatever the additional piece of code that they need to deploy into Boomi. So everything you need to gather as a developer, and then you need to build the integrations. So it is kind of some kind of typical where you need to understand the existed middleware, and you need to check the feasibility of Boomi, whether the same output that you are going to get in the Boomi or not. So you need to check many of the things like the network traffic and what is the size of the data that you are getting in for this project. Okay, so that is about the migration project. Migration project is nothing but we are just migrating the existed piece of middleware to Boomi. That's it. And we may have another project as well, like the implementation support. Okay, that is a different thing where a few of the suppose if we have 4 developers in the project, like 2 developers will be working on the the only projects which takes more than 40 hours. Okay, that comes into development, and whether any small fixes or enhancement, that comes under support. So many of the projects have this kind, like the support and implementation. So this is about different type of projects. So my main intention here is that you need to know first of all when you are deploying into any project, so which kind of project is that one. Okay, then it will be helpful for you. Okay, and moving on to the next slide. Yeah, so here is the in detail of the 4 projects. Like for the implementation, I have mentioned here the project starts from scratch, and business analyst will be involved to gather the requirements, and developer will be involved. Moving on to the support project, it is a handover project from the other vendor, where you need to support the implemented interfaces with the small enhancements or change requests. Okay, and moving on to the migration project, so it is just kind of we are migrating other middleware to our Boomi, and here the client and BA involved and developer also involved. And this is again a rollout project, so it's already developed interfaces for one country where business may expect to be copy the existing interface to another country. Okay, that is about different types of project. So moving on to the next slide. Yeah, so this is the effort estimation template, okay, for any development project or support project. So whenever you got assigned to some of the development or some of the support kind of change request or enhancement, first you should provide the development effort estimation from your side. If there is any development or change request comes, first you should provide the effort estimation. Accordingly, the billing will be generated to the client, and once they got approved, then you need to start working it on. So here the steps I have mentioned for the effort estimation, and this is for support and development project. So first of all, the development effort estimation. So how much time that you will require to develop the particular change. Okay, so if it is a minor change where you can provide 2 days of efforts, like per day, if we can assume the 8 hours, okay, 8 you can mention this as a 16 hours, like that. If it is like the major enhancement, considering the major enhancements, it is like be less than 40 hours, you can mention either it is 35 or 25, something like that. And this development step is same for support and development, either it is a support project or development project. So development efforts should be provided. Moving on to the next step, unit testing. So as a developer, once you developed the change, you need to as a developer you need to test that one, whether the particular piece of code which you written is currently working or not, right? So you cannot deliver without unit testing. Okay, you cannot tell to your customer saying you completed the change. The unit testing mainly comes into picture because whatever the code you develop, that should not hamper the other piece of already existed interface, right? Suppose if you are fixing something and if you are hampering somewhere else, then that will be a major problem when it moves to production, right? So as a developer, you need to do the unit testing, and you need to provide the unit testing hours as well. Suppose it may take 5 hours or 8 hours. Okay, you need to mention those hours, and this is same for support and development, where this step already is same. Okay, and regressive testing. So regressive testing is in the sense the business will do this regressive testing, including positive and negative scenarios, right? So when I say positive and negative scenarios, okay, the negative scenario tells it got the clarification that your code is not hampering the other implemented one, right? So business will test, the customer will test this, okay, and these hours will be accounted in the customer side, okay, who is doing the regressive testing. Okay, so many of the projects, it is the business user, where from the customer side they will test it. Okay, and the next step is a UAT sign off. UAT sign off, it's a user acceptance test. So once the business user tested all the scenarios, like the positive and negative scenarios, they will provide a sign off to move these changes to production. Okay, so the role here is the business user is involved in this phase, and it is same for support and development projects. Okay, once you got the UAT sign off, then as a developer you need to attach some test evidences how you tested from the Boomi side. Like many of the projects have the Boomi deployment document, like once you create the package components, right, and deploy into development or QA, then you need to provide the package component ID as well in the Boomi deployment document. Okay, because it will be the reference if there is any, if there are any changes, anything that got not fixed in the production, where you can revert the changes. Okay, so this is one of the attachments, like one of the documentation that you need to prepare as a developer, and you need to attach that in the ticketing tool, or you can send that to your business user. Okay, so once everything is ready, okay, once you attach the test evidences and everything is set, then the change should go through a CAB approval. So many of the projects have this CAB process. It is a change advisory board where all modules which are there in the project, right, so they will be representing their changes for approval, where there is a team called release management team, where they will check whether your change request or your development has the necessary approvals and necessary documentation to move to production or not. So mainly this process is in place because if there is any more impact that cause once the change move to production, in that case the backup plan should be there. Okay, so that's where they check whether the backup plan is there for the particular change or development, and by checking those they will approve. Okay, once it approves by the CAB, then the change has to be moved in particular time frame. Okay, as per their changes, as per their module, there is a fixed time where they will provide you the time frame where you need to deploy into particular that time. Okay, either some of the cases it is it should be in the off business hours, where many of the users won't be impacting for that change, even though there is any breakdown in that particular change, right? And the production movement will be done by developer itself, because as a Boomi developer, you need to, you are the one where you will be deploying the change to different environments, like development to quality and quality to production. Okay, and this step is same for support and development. So this is about effort estimation template, so where you can submit this effort estimation to in the project, right? Okay, this is about that one. So I hope you are clear with the effort estimation. So the beginners, they may not understand, please go through it, it is very helpful. Yeah. Moving on to the next slide. This slide explains what is A2A integration and B2B integrations. So it is the case where you need to know, and it is a very important interview questions also that it covers. Okay, and in the real time also you should know what is A2A integration and what is B2B integration, right? So A2A in the sense application to application integration, right? So what is application to application integration in the here is, first suppose you have two systems, okay, where it lies in the same firewall, okay, where you need to exchange the data in the same firewall for the two systems. It is just exchanging the data between one system to other system within same firewall is called application to application integration. So for example, you have ERP system and any accounting system like finance related system, okay, where you need to send data from ERP to accounting system. So considering this is happening inside your company, so it is called A2A integration. Okay, coming to B2B integration. B2B is nothing but business to business integration. Let's say there are two companies, okay, where they do have a different system which needs to be integrated. For example, your client is using SAP R3, and their customer is having some other technology. Okay, they want to integrate each application, like the business to business, okay, where there are two systems. Okay, in the example here I provided the screenshot as well. So there is a company called Infotech 1 and another company called Infotech 2. Okay, so since these companies are outside of firewall, right? So it is not in the same organization, it is a different external companies, right? So here you can go with the B2B integration here, because in the Boomi we do have a trading partners, okay, where if you want to set up any communication between two businesses, we do have a trading partner, where trading partner has some standard documents, okay, where you need not to use any custom documents. They do have the standard documents to exchange the data. So this is about the B2B integration. So only thing you need to remember is A2A is nothing but a same firewall, and B2B is nothing but outside of firewall. Okay, this is about A2A and B2B integrations. So that is about today's session. Okay, and please like my video and comment as well. Okay, if there are any other Boomi content you are looking for, either it is a real-time scenarios or anything, please mention in the comment box, so that I can make more videos and I can clarify the queries as well. Thank you so much for watching my video.